Awesome. A pleasure to welcome to the podcast Mason Oak, goalie for Quinnipiac. Mason, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Absolutely. Going to be a blast. Would love to hear the story of when you first jumped into goal. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so back in the day I was young, probably like second grade around. Our team, like our school team, didn't have a goalie, and my dad was one of the coaches and his best friend coached us, and he was like, my dad's buddy was like, "You wanna hop in that, give it a shot?" So I jumped in there, and I loved it from the start. I made like a couple saves, and I was just like, "This is what I want to do." Also, there's no running involved in goalie, so I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I had this post that I said I think there's only four reasons that people become a goalie, and like not liking running is like it's a strong candidate. It's a strong candidate.
Up there.
Yeah, I started at midi and I was just like running up and down the field to the point of like vomiting every single practice. And I'm like, man, this is brutal.
I used to be
Well,
an attackman, but oh, sorry, I cut you off.
no, all good, all good. I was gonna say, I was just curious, what was it do you think about the position that you liked instantly?
Honestly, it just felt right, just like being back there, and just I felt like the pressure was on me at some points, and like I don't know, I just liked it.
Yeah. Some of the goalies don't like that pressure, right? They don't like that feeling of like, everyone's looking at them, all eyes are on me. I make a mistake, right? Like the consequences are very
Mhm.
heavy. And you said I like that pressure. What do you say to those young goalies who are kind of not in your shoes?
You kind of just gotta just like get a feel for it once or twice, and then like it gets easier over time, especially like those first couple games where you get in there and you're nervous. It might not be the best situation for you, but you just got to move forward, make the next save, focus on the next clear, just little things to keep you going.
Yeah, love it. I totally agree. Gets easier, right? It gets easier, and then you just start.
It does get a lot easier.
Yeah, right. I mean, the first time. It's interesting though. A lot of goalies I've interviewed, especially that the D1 college goalies, they always talk about like having that initial success at goalie right away, and I think there's a big correlation between having that experience and sticking with it because I had the same experience. Like my first time in the goal, I made two like very lucky saves. Like one hit
Mhm.
me right in the face mask, the other one hit me right in the leg. But the team was just like, "Oh, let's go!" Like
Yeah,
so pumped up for those saves. And then I was like, all right, this is it. I'm the goalie. I love it. I love that feeling. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Um, cool. So then how, second grade, you grew up in New York, right? You're from New York?
Yep, Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. There we go. So there's a lot of
Sure.
lacrosse going on there. How did you go about then learning how to make saves on a more consistent basis?
So, my high school coach, he was my goalie coach growing up, and I'd go to his backyard. He had a little turf section. Coach Mitchell is his name, and he would throw me through these cone drills. I learned how to step to the ball like over and over again, and ever since then, I just gradually kept getting better and better, and now I'm here.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome that you could get that coaching and kind of he taught you through the basics, right? Kind of how to step and move to the shot and get your hands to the ball and all that good stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. What about like some common I don't know, maybe some common bad habits that you had when you first started or even that you have right now?
When I first started, definitely patience was a big factor. I was
Yeah.
trying to be patient as possible. I feel like that's how I'm successful today. I really sit on the shot. But growing up, I was really jumpy, and yeah, I feel like now like I just wait for it and explode to it. But also just like little things like dropping my hands on when the shooter's like cranking up, but
Yeah.
um over time that just comes.
Yeah, that patience one is something that I battled with too, and I see a lot of young goalies do that. And for those that don't know what that means, I mean, essentially, it's like, you're almost when you're not patient, you're almost like anticipating where the shot's going to go and kind of moving maybe even before you get a read on where it's going, right? And sometimes you see goalies even move in the wrong direction, right?
Mhm.
Which seems pretty obvious, like move in the direction of the ball, but like
Yeah.
shot comes to my left, and I actually I'm so jumpy that I move to my right.
Mhm.
Do you do what kind of steps do you take? Do you take lateral steps or are you more at an angle?
Um, I'm mostly at an angle, honestly.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
do step laterally, like when they're going down the alley and shoot far pipe, I do tend to go lateral because I feel like you cover more ground. But
Yeah.
if it's straight up and down, I'm more of an angle.
That is interesting because you're seeing a lot of goalies nowadays go pure lateral. And
Mhm.
I was always taught at the 45, and I still think there's a time and place for that,
Mhm.
especially for the smaller goalies when it's like straight on, like you just said, like
Yeah,
top of the key, right?
yeah.
Where I do need to kind of cut down that angle to be able to reach the pipe. Um,
Mhm.
and you, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10", so
Five
not
ten,
too
yeah.
big.
Yeah, same. I'm 5'8". I think I was listed at 5'10" in the program, but I'm definitely 5'8" if we're being honest. But yeah, so in order to get there, like I had to do that. But yeah, I don't know. Have you like why do you think that stepping forward at an angle works for you in that scenario?
Honestly, I think I'm just so used to it now that
Yeah.
like I've been doing that I was always taught to explode outwards, but obviously as you get older, the ball gets faster, like everything gets faster. So like that lateral step does help in some situations, but
Yeah.
um if the ball's at the top of the point and someone takes a step down, I feel like I do have that angle.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it.
So,
Awesome. So you grew up on Long Island. Are you watching some Long Island goalies, Long Island lacrosse? Like who were some of your favorite goalies growing up?
um Scotty Rogers was
Let's
probably my
go.
favorite
Yeah.
goalie growing up.
Yeah.
I actually got a chance to train with him one day when I was younger, which was very cool. He signed a stick for me and everything.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Love it, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I was a big Brett Queener fan.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever hit
Yeah,
the little
he always
bird?
did. I've never
Little
done that personally, but
No? Yeah. Oh man. If you know what I'm talking about, look up on YouTube Brett Queener. I think the video is called "He's the dirtiest goalie around" or something like that. Brett, just type Brett Queener highlights and they're nasty.
it'll come
Uh,
up.
yeah, they're nasty. He was one of my favorite goalies to watch in the clearing game because like I mean he would just make a save and just like take off and
Yeah,
not only like take off, just like race by people with speed and just juke people out of their shorts, right?
yeah, he was a fun goalie to watch for sure.
Yeah. Now is he a Long Island guy?
Honestly, I don't even think so, but
Oh,
he
okay.
just popped up in my
I've
head.
had him. I've had him on the podcast. I'll have to go back and listen to that one.
I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Um. Anyway, yeah, and Scotty Rogers is awesome, right? I've had him on, and he's such a big inspiration for like a number of goldies because, it was like he made the position seem like cool at the time. Like when he was with Notre Dame, that run with Notre Dame is what I'm specifically talking
Yeah,
about. And I imagine you watched quite a bit of that, much of that. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely watched a good amount of him growing up.
Yeah. Love it, man. Awesome. What would you say is your favorite part now about being the goalie?
Honestly, for me, it's just having fun in there. Whether it's practice or game situations, I just feel like I'm always having fun. Um, it's just something I love to do at this point.
Yeah. And that's a key element of playing well is having fun, right? And if
Yeah,
that's your favorite part about it, like just being out there and enjoying the game, then yeah, I think you're gonna go far as a youth. Um awesome. So when you when you were sort of advancing through the ranks, talking about, being a youth goalie to then playing at high school, college, would you say your lacrosse goalie game has changed at all? And if so, how?
Um, it's definitely changed a bunch from when I was like obviously younger, but I feel like since like high schoolish, I only got 1 year of high school from COVID and stuff, so I only played my senior year, which wasn't fun. But since like my high school senior year, I feel like I've been quite of the same goalie. Like obviously getting better each day, but
Yeah.
nothing too drastically changing. I try to stick to the basics and stop the ball.
Smart, right? And how did you only get one? Like you only started 1 year, or you
Yeah,
guys only
so
had one?
my junior year got canceled, and then so senior year I played, but
Got it.
um my sophomore year there was a goalie ahead of me who went to Albany,
Got it. Who's that?
Tommy Heller.
Okay. Right. Just trying to connect the goalie chain. I just interviewed the Albany goalie a couple episodes ago. Current Albany goalie, yeah.
I think
Um,
he plays at Monmouth now. The kid transferred.
got it. Got it. Awesome. So how did then that impact your recruiting journey? Because it can be kind of tough if you're not getting the starts in high school.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So I didn't really get a ton of looks. I basically got looks off my senior year, and obviously travel ball too. I played for 91, so I got like a couple, but not many. And then the associate head coach that was here, he left. Alex Sommerfeld. He played at my high school like back in the day, and he saw me and came up to me and we started chatting, and then found my home at Quinnipiac.
Nice, because he was coaching at Quinnipiac.
He was, yeah. He
Got it.
just left last year.
Got it. Got it. What was it about that program that you like so much?
Honestly, convenience. So I get so close to my home. I hop on a ferry and I'm here. Also, it's just like a beautiful campus. I just love the environment over here.
Yeah,
It's
where
fun.
where is it?
It's
Quinnipiac.
right in Hamden, Connecticut.
Okay.
So it's like Bridgeport.
I'm a West Coast guy, so
Oh,
my East
yeah.
Coast geography is
Uh,
a little off.
I hop on the ferry though, and it's a 30-minute ride from Long Island to from the ferry to school.
Got
But
it.
it's pretty
Got
easy.
it. Um, awesome. And so this last season, I guess, talk to me about your experience of getting there. I mean, you said my goalie game hasn't really changed all that much. I'm sort of sticking with, the basics of having fun, good stance. But I mean, I imagine you learned quite a bit about the sport of lacrosse at Quinnipiac.
Mhm.
Talk to me a
Wait,
little bit about that.
of just like what I learned here.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Definitely my first year when I came here, everything was just 10 times faster.
yeah,
Like slides, recovery, like everything in that aspect. Um, but just like the game overall, like it's always growing. So I'm learning something new every year. Um, but it's definitely a fun journey from high school to college to like see how you grow as a player and as the game is like the game itself. Um, but yeah,
yeah. What would you say specifically you're working on in your goalie game right now?
probably just as many repetitions as possible, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, I try not to critique as much, I guess, many things as possible. I try to just stick to what I do and whatever works. But I feel like patience is honestly my biggest thing. Just sitting on the shot, really exploding to it after it comes out of the stick. But
Yeah. How do you work that? How do you train that patience?
whether it's like just getting warmed up on or in practice like scenarios, I stare at the stick and try not to move as much. Like so there's so many good shooters nowadays. They dip their shoulders and all this stuff. But if you really just tone in on the stick, it's like it's a good tip to just like sit there and just sit on it.
Hmm. And honing in on so I got my stick up here, but like kind of just finding that ball in the stick and just sort of
Yeah.
watching the stick head and picking up the ball right out of that stick head. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. Now, do you do see a lot of goalies sort of like do a little, I call it the hop. I got that term from Galloway, but like do kind of a little hop to like kind of reset their weight, especially like as you're moving around the crease. Do you do that move?
I do that move sometimes. I feel like if I get baited like a little fake or something, I feel like I will do that hop just
Yeah.
to like reset. But I try not to get off my feet as much as possible. I try to really
Okay.
just stay up, wait and explode. But I definitely have done that before.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I love it. I think that it puts you in a perfect athletic position,
Yeah,
right? I mean, I
definitely.
think, yeah, I mean, it's very hard to do that little hop, land, and not be like in an athletic position. So I love it and kind of encourage all young goalies to do it. But I was curious. I know some goalies don't, and I'm not gonna.
I use it a lot when like they feed from X and like
Yeah.
if I turn around and I'm a little off center and I do a little hop just to adjust myself. But
Yeah, I've seen goalies do that too, where like you can use it to sort of adjust your positioning. Like I've seen, like if I'm set up a little bit over here, I've seen goalies sort of do a little hop to like
mm,
get move left or right, just a little centimeter. And then Dobson does it like when he comes out too. Like if I'm going to
yeah,
challenge the shooter and cut down the angle, right? He'll take a step up and then land in that hop so that he's ready to go.
yeah, he's pretty good at that.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Definitely.
He played in the MAAC,
Yes, sir.
right? He's coming out of the MAAC, St. Bonaventure.
Um,
I feel like the
yep.
MAAC has like a tremendous amount of great goalies. Why is that?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. There
Okay.
is a lot of good goalies in the MAC though. Will Mark, one of them, he played at LAU.
Yeah.
Now he's obviously he went to Syracuse, but yeah, honestly, I don't know. There's always good goalies in the MAC.
Yeah. I thought it was because they were horrible shooters, but I don't know.
That could be it. That could be it.
No, I
Bunch of
think
easy
I
saves.
think it's just the quality of the goalie because especially a couple of years ago, you had Dobson at St. Bonaventure and you had Krebs at Manhattan. And then there was a couple other goalies too that were like really good, if not all Americans. And so you're carrying the chain, my man. I don't know if that's the right
Thank you.
expression. Keeping it going.
Thank you.
Yeah. So last year was your first year kind of earning the starting role, yeah?
hmm
Yeah. Talk to me about how the year went for you.
Um, honestly, it went off to a really, really hot start. We came out, we went 7-0 for the first 7 games, and honestly, everything's I don't even remember like half of it. It just flew by. But
Mm.
obviously didn't end as good as we wanted, but it was definitely fun experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just kind of looking up. You guys lost to Manhattan in the MAC first round of the MAC.
Yep.
Yeah, bummer. What goals do you got this year? Is it MAC championship, make the NCAA tournament? Is that or something else?
Definitely definitely MAC championship.
MAC
It's
championship. Yeah.
number one priority.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah, I love watching MAC games too. Have you ever watched the games on TV?
A couple times. I
Yeah,
watch them here
there's
and
this
there.
one announcer. I couldn't watch as many MAC games last year as Dobson's year, but like there's this one announcer that is like so good. And
hmm
like because some announcers like, there's a save and like they don't even say anything.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, as a goalie, like I want to hear
Yeah.
something at least. And then this guy like does it more like hockey style, like and just gets super pumped up when there's a save.
Gets into
So
it.
yeah, yeah. Like his name escapes me, so I'll have to look it up. But cool.
I know who you're
What do you think was the best game? If we're gonna do a save edit from one of your games last season, what I think I did do one of the MAC game, but
Yeah,
if
I think I saw one in the Manhattan game.
Manhattan game, yeah. But if there was one of the other regular season games, what one sticks out to you?
Um, I had I feel like I played pretty well in Sacred Heart, even though we lost, but
Mm,
had a bunch of saves there. Definitely Bryant or Brown had good games. I feel like those
yeah,
ones, honestly.
yeah, love it, man, love it. What about what about the mental game? Is that something you kind of train, or are there some lessons that you've learned along the way that would be worth sharing with the young goalies?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely pick it up along the way, like over the years. But like if you're upset about a goal or something, you really can't. You can't be upset about it. You just gotta look past it and worry about the next shot, the next whatever, the next clear, whatever it is. It can't. You can't sit there and be like, "Damn, I should have saved that," because it would just come to bite you in the butt.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do? Do you have like some sort of routine that you go through after a goal's given up?
After I let one up, I definitely hit my pipes and just maybe take a squirt of water, but nothing too crazy.
Ah, okay. Yeah, next goal mentality, right? Next one up.
The only thing that matters is in front of you.
exactly. Only thing that matters is in front of you, right? And it just sometimes like you only need to make that one save
Mhm.
to have a tremendous impact on the game, right? Maybe you go
Sure.
30% toward the game, but that last save that you made is the one that like, wins it for the team. So cool. Any other lessons, or is that next shot mentality kind of the one that you live by?
I do kind of just live by that. I feel like that's just something you just need as a goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Keep it simple, huh?
Mm.
What does I know you guys mentioned right now you're in, the 8-hour weeks in fall ball,
Mm.
um, which is a lot of stick work, a lot of conditioning. When you get into like, a lot of goalie training, what does it look like
So
for you?
next week we start 20-hour block, which is we practice every day. And
Mhm.
so our coaches do well by like our practice plan, and there's definitely a bunch of segments where we get to work with like just as a goalie group. We got a coach who shoots on us, work on like whatever it is that we need. When the season comes around, we usually do like drills that match like how the other team like likes to shoot. Like if say Manhattan, they were a big team that like to go down the alley and take these low angle shots. So we do a lot of that work like that week, but
Mm,
kind of depends.
yeah. Now, are you said you did a good job of kind of giving us those goalie specific training blocks. Do you guys call the shots, or do they say like, all right, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z drill this time?
It's 50-50. Sometimes he has set drills that he wants us to do, and then other times he's like, what do you want to work on?
Got
So
it.
see, I do like that. I do like that having that little cushion so I could work on what I want to work on or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, that's important. When I coach goalies, I typically ask them what they want to work on because, that's what's they're going to be most into, right? And I think you're going to get the most out of it when you're training exactly what they want to work on.
mhm.
But sometimes if they suck at off stick hip shots or a specific type of shot and they don't want to work on it, you got to work on it,
Yeah,
right?
you just gotta force them into it.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Was there ever a time you went through a slump in your career, and how'd you get out of that?
Um, I can't like. There's definitely been times where I had terrible games and I just like hated that feeling, but I really just try to look past it as best I can. You can't do anything at the end of the day when the game's over. So you really just gotta look forward to the next practice, next shooting session or whatever it is just to get you like your mind like reset. But I try not to let myself fall into that hole.
Good, good. Yeah. Well, it does happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the quicker that you can realize that, it's the next shot mentality, right? The next practice, next game, and kind of not have that previous experience in your mind. I think the quicker you're going to get over it. Yeah. What does summer look like for you? Do you play lacrosse, or do you just kind of give it a little break?
No, I play in like a couple summer leagues with just like a couple of my friends, nothing too crazy. And then I see shots like every week, but
Yeah.
nothing, not every day.
Okay.
Need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, well, that's important. That's
Yeah.
important, right? Kind of rest the body, rest the mind. So all right. How about pregame rituals? You a big pregame ritual guy?
I try not to be, honestly. I just go with the flow during pregame. We have the same like we do the same like hand tosses, juggling, whatever, and then we
Yeah.
throw outlets, whatever, see shots. But I don't like wear the same socks or anything like some of these people.
Right, right. But you do have sort of a, hand-eye
Yeah,
juggling warm up,
yeah.
then go into shots.
Mhm. And some
Specific
working out.
specific style of shots, or like how long do you typically warm up for?
I usually get my first warm up like right when I get out there. I'll stretch, get my warm up, and then we'll move to like hand-eye coordination. So we do like juggling and like hand tosses, and then after that, like I'll go back in the cage and we'll do like mid-range or in tight or like feeds from X or up the out, like up the hash. But
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
that's about it.
Yeah. I was going to talk about sort of leadership style. You seem like, I mean, just in talking with you for a half hour, you seem like a chill guy. Like,
Mhm.
not that boisterous, uh, leader. Am I right in that, or how would you say your leadership style is?
Um, I definitely like to hold people accountable, but like I won't get up in your face and yell at you. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of just I just tell them how it is and that's it.
Yeah. How do you hold people accountable? I'd love to hear maybe an example of that if you could share.
Um, well, like in game or just like in general.
Let's do both.
So like in game, I feel like if someone misses a slide or like doesn't go to the right spot on the clear, I'll just pull them aside and just be like, listen, you got to get there or like do that.
Yeah.
But nothing too crazy.
Right. Yeah. Just get there on the clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't
Um,
have to, it just doesn't have to be this like, you know, yelling loud type of thing
yeah,
every single time, right?
I don't agree with that. Like just screaming in people's faces all day, but definitely, I definitely got to say something. I can't just sit there and be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. What tips would you share to young goalies to be leaders of the team?
Um, that I feel like that just comes with experience and just being back there and having your teammates trusting in you. Um, definitely just I think a big thing of being a leader is leading by example. So show up on time, like do all those little things, um, and just be a good teammate, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah, love it, man. And it definitely comes with experience too. I mean, I wouldn't say I was like a great team leader my freshman and sophomore year, but as you get like, a little more experience and a little more comfort being in that role, then yeah, I mean, you can kind of expand upon it. But yeah, to your point, when you are a freshman and sophomore, like you can easily lead by example and do all the right things and have the right attitude, the right effort. Those are all under your control, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you guys work with a sports psychologist on your team or no?
Yes, we do.
You do? All right. What's do you know their name?
Devin Markle.
Devin Markle. All right. I love interviewing sports psychologists because I mean obviously the mental game is huge, but besides that next shot mentality, is there something else you guys have been chatting about with him?
I've honestly never chatted with her personally. We just
Oh,
do like
get in
team.
there. Get in there, my
I know
man.
I should get in there honestly, but yeah, I try to keep my mental game as tough as possible. I try not to let it go, but
Yeah.
I should use her honestly.
You should. You should. I could probably tell you what she's going to say. I've interviewed enough of them to know what the basics of sports psychology are all about.
Yeah,
So you could just chat with me if you want.
sounds good.
There you go. Awesome, man. Um, what do they call you on the team? You got an awesome name as a last name as a goalie. I feel like an oak. I feel
Yeah,
like it's strong, it's big, it's sturdy. I
I
don't know
usually
what.
just get, oh sorry, I usually just get called Oak or Okie or that's
Yeah,
about it.
right,
Mason,
right.
but
Yeah,
too crazy.
I love it. Awesome, man. Cool. Well, any other stories or things you feel like we missed? We kind of hit it all.
Um, I don't know. Um,
It's cool. It's
yeah,
cool if we did.
sure.
I was just curious, like sometimes I end these things and people are like, man, I can't believe you didn't ask me about A, B, and C or something like that.
Honestly, I'll probably do that, and I'm just
Yeah,
too
yeah.
can't
As
even
soon
think
as we
about it right
end it,
now.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like,
I'll be
oh
like,
man,
oh,
why didn't I
darn
tell him
it.
that one story? How about your stick setup? What do you go with?
So I use the Eclipse 3 with Hero Mesh by ECD,
Hmm.
but they stopped making that, so it's kind of upsetting.
I know.
But
So how do you get it now?
my mom actually ordered me some off Amazon. She saw that they had some on Amazon,
Yeah.
so I got a couple. But yeah, I was pretty
What is
upset.
it you like about the Hero Mesh compared to like the other meshes, or even
I
compared to
just
their Impact Mesh? That's the new one.
Yeah, so with the Hero Met, I never had a problem with like rebounds or it breaking or well, I string my own sticks too, so I feel like that mesh just always strings up the best. Um, I wasn't a big fan of the impact, honestly. I felt like it was too like like loose almost. I don't know, it was weird.
Hmm.
I don't like it.
Like stretchy?
Yeah, like almost, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't even put it to
Interesting.
word. It
Yeah, yeah.
didn't feel right for me.
How did you learn how to string sticks?
Ever since I was little, I would string up mini sticks or whatever, and
Oh,
then
okay.
I would string like normal sticks, and then I just moved on to my goalie sticks. But I've been stringing for a long time. I string a bunch of kids on my team sticks. Like I got like four to do today.
Oh man, they put you to work, huh?
Yeah, I
All
should start
right.
charging people.
You should. You should. But those are the player sticks you string as well. That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, and then it looks like I was looking at a picture I saw, and you got kind of like a similar dye going on as I got at this one right
yeah,
here with like the
yeah,
bottom blue going on.
yeah. I do have that. Actually dyed it myself, but
It's
yeah,
a good look. It's
I
a good
used
look,
that
right?
for the first half of the season. Let's see if I got a picture. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you see that.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the thing I was going to ask, so like this one I have like a U, right? You definitely have like a V where it's like
Yeah,
tight, right at that top.
yeah.
Doesn't kind of go across. It goes like that. Talk to me about why you have that.
I always just want two V's stacked like one on top of the other, but I don't know honestly. I don't know why I've never tried the U. I just
You
think
just
the
like
V
the
look,
feeling.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
cool, honestly, I think. And I just stuck with it.
Yeah.
Never had a problem clearing the ball with it. So
Yeah, I think the U's or the V's for that matter, like I think they really help a lot with the rebound control.
yeah, it helps to like bring it right in there. But
Yeah, exactly. Well, that and then also there's this like clip of Kincannon, Jack Kincannon, Long Island
mhm,
guy,
mhm,
who where like he makes a slow-mo save in the PLL and like you just kind of like he makes a save and then you can see the ball like start to just like travel up his stick. And then like he has two U's, right? And you can see this U just kind of like grip it and it just kind of pops up as opposed to like shooting right back out. And so I for that reason, I like the U's.
yeah, I don't think I'll ever go three straight or two straight. I think I always have.
You see a lot of guys going with the ghost pocket these days, the no shooter setup.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
Have
don't
you
know how
tried it?
people. No, but the kid who used to play here before, like when I got here,
Yeah.
he would he would make me string him a bag, like big old pocket, and just
Yeah.
no shooters.
Oh
I
man.
was like, I don't know. I was like, you're weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. Some goalies play with that bag, and the problem with that is like when you want to throw an outlet, you have to like dip it like all the
Yeah,
way back here, right? And
yeah.
then throw it like that, as opposed to like making a save and just pulling it back and being able to throw real quickly,
Mhm.
which I think is
Definitely.
important, right? Because you see somebody wide open, you don't want to like have to, lock and load and take all that time.
I definitely do like focus on that a lot when I clear the ball. I try to get it up and out as quick as possible. So I wouldn't like that big old bag, honestly.
Yeah. How do you do that? Is that just like get it up and out as quick as possible? Is that just like as soon as I make the save, I'm going to make a mental note to like get my eyes up and try and hit a midi?
Yeah. I feel like that's a big part of my game, honestly. I feel like the clear. When I make the save, I definitely do like look straight up the field first before I look left or right. See where my middies are at, see where even my attackmen are. There's been times where I threw one down my attackman and
Yeah,
caught the defender sleeping. But yeah, I feel like definitely look up quick. I feel like
right.
it could help out a lot.
And yeah, I mean, if you can hit an attackman, right? I've done that a couple times. It takes, if you're a youth goalie, like you got to build up that strength and the technique, and you got to have a well-strung stick to be able to hit that 60-yard, whatever it is, pass on the money with accuracy, right?
Mhm.
But I imagine it's something you worked on quite a bit.
Yeah, I definitely do. I even at practice when I'm just messing around in between drills or whatever, I'll shoot at the other net just to see if like just focus on my accuracy or whatever. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
so,
I was pretty accurate with my stick. I remember one time, one practice, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but it's a good one. Just came up. So like one guy, he like shot on me when I wasn't looking, like in a drill, right? So like I was sort of giving the defender a note or like we were like chatting with something and they blew the whistle to start the drill and he shot. right? And I wasn't looking, and it hit me, right? And I was so mad about that. Like, one, like, just don't shoot on a goalie when they're not looking. And two, like, if you're gonna shoot, like, don't hit me. Like shoot it in the goal. So like I went to the sideline in the drill and picked up a ball, and he was like still in the drill. Picked up a ball and threw it and like nailed him square in the back from like 50 yards away. And I was just like, "What's up?" That was that was a good throw.
That was sick.
And he was just like, "Oh," and then turns around and like to see where that ball came from, and like saw me right there, like, "What's up?"
So halfway down the field.
Yeah. Oh man. It's like, oh, that was a good throw. Anyway, not my finest moment, but don't shoot on a goalie, dude, when they're not looking.
Yeah,
That's the unwritten rule, right?
it's not cool.
Yeah, not cool. All right, man. Well, good luck in the upcoming season. Gonna be fun watching. I'll have to watch a lot of lacrosse. I'm gonna have to watch some more MAAC games this year.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Cool.
much for having me
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. Let's leave the goalies with one final piece of advice from you. What would you say?
Just stick to it and don't give up. Keep seeing as many shots as possible. And biggest thing is just have as much fun as possible.
Love it.